What's up, crypto legends? Bitcoin in a parabolic phase during the last few weeks, having massive momentum to the upside, breaking many resistance levels. I'm going to share with you the most important higher time frame resistance that we do have and what would be a sign of weakness if we break this support level that will be mentioned in today's episode. But more importantly, Ethereum. Ethereum is very likely going to absolutely skyrocket to $3,500 if we break this key resistance that will be mentioned in today's episode. Of course, we'll be going through some major news that is going on. Of course, that Ethereum possible spot ETF. Very exciting, guys. This would definitely ignite here the price of Ethereum to pump several $100s in the next coming weeks. Before we start, I want to let you know that we partnered with Bybit and 𝗬cie to get you the best deals with the link down below in the description. Bybit 20% fee discount and 30k worth of bonus. On 𝗬cie, no KYC, just with an email and a password. Also, you have 20k and they have the lowest fees for the moment. Make sure to sign up with the link in the description to trade on these exchanges. All right, legends, going through the price of Bitcoin on the higher time frames. This is the daily chart. We can see that we're going extremely parabolic during the last few weeks, as we did create this higher low late week here in January and had a massive rise during the last 2 weeks. Now, in a parabolic run, you can see that, continuation to the upside is very much possible. We could still be pumping several $1,000s as long as we're maintaining this parabolic structure. However, if we do break down the parabolic structure here, and I'm going to explain the most important level of support that needs to hold, because if we do break down, I strongly believe that we could come as low as $39,000 and even below $39,000. For the moment, we're still maintaining this parabolic structure, so higher is possible. So what is that major important level of support on the higher time frames? Well, it's the point of control from the last 3 years, basically looking at the price action from 21 and 22, where we did get resistance here when we had the ETF approval. Big major pullback of $10,000 in a matter of 2 weeks. So if this level were to be broken, of course, that is in confluence with that parabolic run here. If we break beneath that point of control, which is sitting at $48,000, then obviously it won't be looking too good for Bitcoin here in the short mid-term, possibly to claim those lows right over here, this wick, which is sitting at $39,000. For the moment, that level is major support. We could maintain here this support if we were to get a corrective structure to the ETF news highs, okay, around about $49,000, and sit here at $48,000. If we do maintain here support and we consolidate, no doubt that another leg here to the upside is very much possible, continuing the parabolic structure. Now, the most important level of resistance on the higher time frame is the $57,500. Now, we have an extreme high volume node right there, and there's a big gap in between $48,000 and $57,500. You can see this week the price of Bitcoin is not having many issues to continue to the upside. That is purely based on no volume inside of this zone. So we could extend all the way up to $57,000. That is the level where we do have also an important Fibonacci level from the all-time high to the pivot low here in November of 2022. You can see that that 7/8 Fibonacci is sitting around about the $57,300, where we do have the highest volume node apart from the point of control of the last 3 years. So very strong level here for a possible quick rejection, just like what happened here with the 618 Fibonacci and the point of control. So high volume node on the volume profile, 618, big major pullback. High volume node with a 7/8 Fibonacci, you could expect also definitely a reaction and possibly a significant pullback. So those are basically the most important levels of resistance and support here looking at the higher time frame. We maintain above $48,000. This is still bullish. We start breaking down, of course, we could see a little bit of more downside if we were to lose that point of control. And as long as we're above this support level, we are looking for that $57,000 range potentially as a major resistance zone. Now let's dive in right away to Ethereum, guys, because this is what is looking very interesting. Of course, we do have the possibility of an Ethereum spot ETF. We can see here Franklin Templeton, $1.6 trillion asset management that is looking for an ETF. It is fighting for an ETF here on Ethereum. And of course, that is obviously bullish. We do have some possible approvals coming in May. Will it be approved or not? Well, we'll just have to see, but you know the deal. What happened to Bitcoin, obviously, with the hype of the ETF before the approval, it basically got in a major uptrend, okay, for several months. This is very likely to happen to Ethereum, especially if we do break this resistance level that we're going to talk about right away. Now, what we can see here is possibly kind of a 1-2-1-2 here, right? We got, 4 waves, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're in this wave right over here. Could this be a massive third wave that we are forming right now in the next coming weeks? That is definitely a possibility. But let's talk about the possible resistance zones. Now, the resistance zones obviously is looking at Fibonacci. What Fibonacci levels do we have from the all-time high to the low here created in June of 2022? And that is the 50% Fibonacci, which is sitting at $2,870. Now, that 50% Fibonacci also, when we do get a parallel channel and connect here the low with the higher lows, as you can see, we're connecting here the higher lows. And when we do get that channel with higher lows, we can see that we're just about attempting to break the resistance of the channel. So we're connecting the higher lows, we got this high, and now we're flirting around with the highs created here in January. We got 50% Fibonacci. We do have the resistance of the channel. If we are breaking in the next coming days, this 50% Fibonacci, getting an explosive breakout above $3,000, I'm going to say that Ethereum is very likely to continue up to the 61865 Fibonacci value area high. This is sitting at $3,500, meaning that the hype will be real. We will be likely seeing Ethereum pumping for the next coming weeks. That is also purely based on possible ETFs that could get approved in the next coming months. After breaking this resistance zone, guys, for me, it is going to be full on for Ethereum. I do see another pump of $500, $600, $700 once we break above the resistance of the ascending channel and also that 50% Fibonacci from the highs to the lows. There's going to be some great opportunities here to continue longing Ethereum if we get that solid breakout. Of course, we'll need to pay attention to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin were to get a major drop, which doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, well, obviously Ethereum could get rejection here from the 50% Fibonacci and the resistance from this ascending channel, and this would just be a resistance zone here of the channel, and we're coming straight back down. So it's going to be a crucial moment. We get a solid daily candle breaking above 50% Fibonacci at $2,900 range. This is going to be looking extremely bullish, likely to have that leg up of $500, $600 to hit that 61865 zone and the value area high of 2122. So higher time frame for Ethereum breaking above this resistance is going to be looking so good for the price of Ethereum to absolutely rocket. Something interesting when we do take a look at Fibonacci extension from the low here to the pivot high here to then the next higher low, we can see that 1618 is sitting at $3,500. So that would be kind of the extension of a possible third wave here forming in the next coming weeks. The hype is real, guys. Look what happened to Ethereum with the ETF news. Looks like Ethereum is next. First it's Bitcoin, then it's Ethereum. So it looks like it's going to be Ethereum's turn to continue here to the upside. Remember, if you're looking to trade Ethereum, Bybit is a great platform to do so. Also, 𝗬𝟑, you got the best deal down below with the links in the description. Make sure to sign up down below, guys, for Bybit or 𝗬𝟑 if you want to trade Ethereum and many other altcoins. Now, diving here through the news, obviously we got the Ethereum ETF. Franklin Templeton files for that ETF. $1.6 trillion asset manager. Absolutely huge. The hype for Ethereum could be very real, guys, in the coming weeks. Now, also, Bitcoin news. We can see Genesis Global has been authorized by a bankruptcy court to redeem 35 million GBTC shares valued at over $1.3 billion. You might think, oh my goodness, this might bring some selling pressure for Bitcoin. However, this might not add much sell pressure as the shares will be converted into Bitcoin. Obviously, they could be sold on afterwards or crash gradually with the assistance of a broker. Okay, so something to pay attention. This could bring a little bit of a corrective move. No doubt that $1.3 billion, in a market sale will definitely bring the price of Bitcoin down, possibly a couple of $1,000s. That is very much possible. Now, taking a look here at MicroStrategy, it is up 43% this week, okay? The stock, MicroStrategy, up 43% in just 1 week. Absolutely crazy. So the stock is gaining massive value. Michael Saylor will probably buy another $500 million worth of Bitcoin. He's just buying and buying every single month or even every single week. He's an absolute massive Bitcoin bull. Taking a look at ETF growth rate. Funny enough, when the Bitcoin ETF approval happened, we got that, major rise and then an instant crash. There was really not many inflows, but you can see that the price of Bitcoin is moving with the actual inflows here. In the orange, we can see the price of Bitcoin and the massive inflows here of the ETF, okay, plus 12,000 Bitcoin here during the last few weeks. So you can see how the correlation is, this massive momentum to the upside is definitely correlated with the inflows, okay, from Bitcoin ETF. Going here through next, we can see ETF aggressive, okay, flows since Bitcoin spot ETF. We can see Bitcoin absolutely in a rocket right now, and we can see gold. Gold is actually going down. So the ETF, there's ETF outflows on gold, inflows on Bitcoin. Could it be that the outflows of the gold ETF are going to the Bitcoin ETF? I think that is very, very likely. Legends, thank you very much for joining the stream. Check out the Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform, and I will see you in the next one.